For decades, historians described the ancient Maya as a collection of peaceful forest dwellers. The traditional narrative suggested a slow, gradual evolution from small, isolated villages into the ceremonial centers we recognize today. However, modern archaeological technology has exposed a different reality. Airborne laser mapping, known as LiDAR, revealed a big bang of construction that occurred nearly 1,000 years earlier than the established timeline. These scans show a Guadet Phoenix dating to 1050 BCE. This rectangular plateau is 1,400 meters long, larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its inclusive horizontal layout lacks royal tombs, indicating it was built through communal participation by seasonal gatherers, long before divine kings. At the center of the plateau, archaeologists discovered a cruciform cache cut into the bedrock. It contains specific directional color symbols: blue azurite to the north, green malachite to the east, and yellow ochre to the south. The labor required to build this monument was driven by a shared cosmic vision. This early anomaly proves that collective ritual, rather than royal coercion, was the catalyst that birthed Maya civilization. Over the following centuries, the inclusive horizontal architecture of sites like Guadet Phoenix was replaced by restricted verticality. As competitive dynasties emerged, they commissioned towering stone pyramids that limited access to a privileged few, signaling the shift toward a highly stratified society. Tikal became the premier superpower of the Paten Basin. Its rulers projected their authority through limestone temples designed specifically to pierce the jungle canopy, serving as stone mountains for a new class of divine kings. Tikal's primary rival was Calakmul, the seat of the Snake dynasty. Controlling the largest political state in the lowlands, the Snake Kings used a vast network of alliances and tribute to dominate the landscape for generations. In the west, Palenque flourished as a city of cascades and master scribes. To the south, Copán emerged as an artistic capital, home to temples like the Rosalila, a building covered in red and yellow stucco that glittered under the sun due to finely ground mica. These sprawling metropolises formed a sophisticated network of architectural superpowers that dominated the political and economic landscape of Mesoamerica. Maya authority rested on a dual mastery. They tracked the cosmos with extreme precision, while re-engineering a harsh, waterless environment to sustain their cities. This is the El Caracal Observatory at Chichén Itzá. Its upper windows function as viewing shafts, built to align with the extreme rise and set points of the planet Venus. Using a base 20 system and the concept of zero, Maya astronomers calculated the 584-day orbit of Venus, understanding 5 orbits equal exactly 8 Earth years. By combining the 260-day Tzolk'in with the 365-day Hob, they created the 52-year calendar round. But survival depended on the Earth. Despite fertile soil, the porous limestone bedrock creates a waterless environment for 5 months of every year. The Maya responded by paving entire cities on slopes to capture every drop of rainwater. At Tikal, they even imported volcanic zeolite sand to build filtration beds that removed microbes before the water entered their massive reservoirs. Outlasting the dry season required this exact synergy: astronomical precision to track the changing seasons, and hydraulic engineering to secure the water supply. Maintaining this infrastructure required a strict social hierarchy. A divine lord sat at the peak, supported by an administrative elite of scribes and priests who managed the calendar and sacred knowledge. Their economy revolved around complex markets where value was negotiated in cacao beans. Merchants organized long-distance caravans to trade salt, a vital resource for food preservation in the tropical heat. This wealth fueled a violent struggle for regional dominance. For over a century, the political fate of the lowlands was dictated by a brutal rivalry between Tikal and the Snake Kings of Calakmul. These carvings record the lives of actual dynastic leaders. In 695 AD, King Jasa Chan Kawil I led Tikal to a decisive military victory that broke Calakmul's grip on the region, while queens like Lady Six Sky led armies to restore the influence of neighboring kingdoms. This relentless pursuit of dominance and tribute turned the Maya world into a theater of competition. By the end of the Classic period, the constant strain of warfare and construction had pushed their environmental resources to the limit. The end of the Classic period is often described as an overnight disappearance. However, current research indicates a gradual political collapse rather than a sudden catastrophe. By the 9th century, the cities reached a breaking point. Severe deforestation, soil depletion, and the mounting toll of warfare caused the urban centers to be abandoned and reclaimed by the rainforest. The historical details of these kingdoms were largely forgotten until 1945. Amid the ruins of Berlin, a Soviet officer named Yuri Knorozov rescued a reproduction of surviving Maya codices from a burning library. Knorozov and Tatiana Proskyryakov identified a fully functional logosyllabic writing system. They realized the glyphs were used as both complete word signs and as individual syllables to phonetically transcribe sentences. Decoding the script transformed our understanding of Maya history. The carvings on the temple walls were historical records, giving specific names to the kings and queens who had commissioned them and documenting their actual reigns. The abandonment of the great cities was not an end. This portrait of a modern Maya family bridges the ancient past with the living present. The Maya people survived the political collapse and adapted through centuries of change. Today, institutions standardize Maya orthography, and millions still speak Mayan languages. In the Guatemalan highlands, communities continue to track time using the ancient 260-day ritual calendar. The survival of Maya culture proves its legacy persists far beyond abandoned ruins. It is the story of a dynamic civilization that continues to flourish in the modern world.